So yeah, I guess, Mark, you start this.
Sir, speaking of the Terra Nova expedition and the question of suicide, what do you think happened in Captain Scott's tent on March the 30th, 1912? Some newspapers reported Captain Scott's
Out of the rum!
Arr.
Able-bodied seaman. Drunk on grog. Right, take it again, Dan. Take.
We're going to have the actors come back on stage and out of character. We're just going to take a few more minutes. If you would like to ask them some questions out of character about how they developed this, how we developed this at General Mills, and or what they might have done to prepare for this. And then we'll get you out of here by 30 like we promised. In life when you're not Shackleton.
Right.
or Peabody, etc.
My name is Scott Eck. I'm the leader of this incredible team. Also in our booth is Robert King. So give Rob a nice round of applause for running our show. Our company is called Executive Development Concepts, and we create leadership training modules and events that hopefully inspire, and hopefully that occurred at some point in your hearts today. This is my partner, Mark Lang. Mark, introduce yourself.
I have been working with Scott for over 20 years. We're based in New York, and we have been fortunate enough to work with some fantastic companies like General Mills, GE, Deloitte & Touche, IBM, etc. over the years, and create really exciting programs that entertain and inspire, and this is one of the latest.
Mark played Captain Scott in a production of Terra Nova, and where he received amazing reviews in Hilton Head, South Carolina. How many years ago?
It was a while back, but I had 5 weeks of living Captain Scott every night, and it was like playing Hamlet, and it was wonderful and exhausting and inspiring, as I know this program is for Scott, to go through the journey of Shackleton so many times and with so many different wonderful audiences. We just played this earlier today for a group from the foundation. We had 150 people in here, and they also were, like you, very warm and give us a lot back. And that's, I think, the difference between a training video and having real people here is there is that human connection. And so often we miss that. We have our big screen TVs, we have our movie experiences or our videos on our iPhones or whatever it is, and there's not, you know, Scott is very big into interactivity. And so when he asks you guys to ask questions, he pulls into his Rolodex of all the reading he's done on Shackleton and puts it into character, and that's you know, I don't think there's any other company that does quite what we do as far as corporate training goes. So we're very proud of what we do.
Our third partner is Jim Deacon. Jim's from St. Louis. Jim, tell him a little something about yourself and try not to be as humble as you normally are. Jim doesn't like talking about himself.
I don't, because there's not that much to say.
Oh, come on.
Scott's been putting up with me for about 15 years now. And he and I have, like Mark was saying, and although Mark and I haven't had as much interaction with each other until recent years, but when working with Scott, we have done some what I consider to be amazing programs for organizations like Boeing and the Veterans Administration, which are two of the companies we've worked with together the most. I'm in charge of drinking the coffee. That's usually what I do.
And an MBA.
Oh, Jim's got his MBA.
I have an MBA. I have 25 years with a Fortune 50 company in a variety of both technical craft, supervision, and management, administrative roles throughout the 25 years. I formerly taught business at the university level for 2 different universities, and just fairly recently started into the performing side of the business. So to some extent, I'm able to synthesize those different threads and weave them together, hopefully to contribute something to the experience for the folks in the seats like yourselves.
They're great. They are absolutely great.
Well, we're as interested in your feedback and how this resonates with your day at BGL and with your journey.
What did you think about? What reactions did you have, or other questions that you might have? Does this have value for you as a piece of leadership training? Does it inspire thought? What are you thinking right now? Okay.
One of the questions I had was, as you read about Shackleton, a lot of leadership, we realize that today you question whether some of the stuff is just innate and it's just who you are, and then how do you actually acquire new skills, and what's learned versus what's innate. What was your sense with Shackleton? Was it one than the other, or a combination, or?
I took Shackleton at his word. He was a guy that didn't beat around the bush very much. He loved telling the truth. He loved hearing the truth. He believed that the truth was one of the most powerful forces in his life, and one of the most powerful forces in life. And when people would ask him all the time what influences in his life contributed to his leadership capabilities, and he gave a lot of credit to his mother and his sisters. Shackleton came from a very big family where his mother was the chief adult influence. His father was a physician who was away from the home most of the time, and he had 5 sisters. And he also had an aunt that was in the house all the time. And he used to always give his mother and his sisters and his aunt credit for helping him to understand the power of the truth, listening. He was a great listener, Shackleton. He would listen instead of for words. He said he would listen for despair in the human voice and fear. And then he would try to do his best to build certainty to address that fear. And those things he said he learned from his mother and his sisters and his aunt. So that was, whenever they asked him, he would always go back to those family members that influenced him. And then he was always quick to credit Frank Wilde, Tom Crean, Frank Worsley, his immediate confidants, for leading him. He believed that he needed to be led at times, and he made no bones about it. The only thing he ever kept secret from his men was he had a terrible sciatica, and he didn't want the men to know the extent of that condition. So whenever he had bad bouts of sciatica, he would always tell the crew that he was studying charts or maps or ice flow patterns, stuff like that. That was really the only non-truth or deception that he involved himself in. Does that answer your question at all? Thank you. Good question.